Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. He was a great advocate for peaceful protest. Everything you're seeing out of these ICE protesters is not in the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. Nope. All right. Speaking of these protests, Tim Walz and Jacob Frey have just created a nightmare in Minnesota rather than calming it down. So much so, now you've got Tim Walz saying he might have to call in the National Guard. Can't make it up. Meanwhile, there is a federal investigation of Tim Walz and Jacob Frey now going. They're in trouble. They really are. ICE protesters continue to arrest some of these whack jobs, including a furry was arrested out there protesting as a furry. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, I'm telling you, she is a gangster. She is the godmother of the whole thing, creating this community in Minneapolis and all the fraud that descends from it. She's the godmother of it. Rashida Tlaib and the rest of the squad, they all sat down together in support of what was going on. By the way, back to Ilhan Omar, you know what she said? GD, the United States of America. How do we let this woman into this country to be what she is? Makes no sense to me. Somalians are now, we have the fake daycares, now we have fake schools and fake students. Never ends. Then they stormed a church. Remember what I said, all this is just not playing well anywhere else in the United States except blue cities. Can you imagine what church-going people think when they storm a church? What the hell's Don Lemon and company going into a church to protest ICE? What the hell? Megyn Kelly, you know, boy, she's come a long way since the Trump battle, hasn't she? She says the obese and unattractive ICE protesters are just mad because they're not getting L word. She might be right. Michael Cohen, wow. And Trump referenced what he said that he was coerced in his anti-Trump testimony. By the way, the Media's Touch network dropped him after this. But you know what he's wanting? He's wanting to re-enter the Trump world. That's what he's trying to do. Hunter's baby mama wants him in jail, not paying child support or doing anything else. Eric Swalwell, man, this guy is nuts. He wants to revoke driver's license of ICE agents, and he's been taking money from the communists. Never forget, when you say Eric Swalwell, I always think fang, fang, bang, bang. The Republicans and Dems, new poll, the public favors Republicans over the Dems. Kristen Sinema, sued by Heather Amal, alienation of affections, homewrecker, affair with her husband, who was her bodyguard. J.P. Morgan is going to get sued by Trump, per Trump, for debanking him after January 6th. In world news, the Venezuela saga continues. It'll be really interesting to see what happens as we go forward. Greenland. There are some people who have spoken up that the Danes have forced sterilization policies upon Greenlanders. Wow. Olympics. There were some people that said the United States should be banned from the Olympics, hosted in the United States for what happened in Venezuela. The Olympic Committee said no. In pop culture, the Landman finale was yesterday, and it was great. Spoilers alert, Tommy's landing on his feet. Rest in peace, this Netflix movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck is really, really good. Check it out. Sports Without Boundaries. Broncos 33, Bills 30. Josh Allen sucks in the playoffs. And Bo Nix broke his ankle. Seahawks 41, 49ers 6, the only blowout. Patriots 28, Texans 16. Stroud sucks. Rams 20, Bears 17. It's a shame the Bears lost because Caleb Williams had that incredible touchdown pass, but then he threw an interception. Tonight, the Indiana Hoosiers, Miami Hurricanes, 7:30 tonight. The national championship in Hard Rock in Miami. Kevin Stefanski from the Browns, fired from the Browns, has signed a 5-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons. John Harbaugh is now formally the head of the Giants head coach, will report directly to ownership. And the Bills fired Sean McDermott after their loss. Your Shakespeare insult today: do not be a vain beetlehead bore. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.